So, you've been training calisthenics, you've been training the fundamentals like planche push-ups, advanced tuck front levers, and then pull-ups, and so on. But now you're kind of stuck. Now your progress is at a standstill as you now have this new problem that seemingly came out of nowhere, stopping you from reaching your goals. So maybe it's with the advanced tuck planche, maybe you can't get your knees out in the right position without falling over, or maybe it's with the front lever, you can't get your hips in line. Whatever it may be, in this video, I'm going to show you the exact workout routine I used to get the planche, front lever, or one-arm pull-up, and back lever. All this I was training in 1 week, very manageable, very easy, and to be honest, I could be quite lazy because I had it all planned out. Now after watching this video, you're going to go from doing random workouts and getting stuck on the same progressions for the same reasons to becoming a serious calisthenics athlete that's consistent and actually somewhat lazy, because you'll have what feels like a coach, because you'll have everything like the sets and reps figured out for you, so you don't have to think, and any roadblocks you come across you're going to be able to overcome. So guys, let's get straight into it. So, my calisthenics work week begins on Mondays. Usually I'm working out in the evenings after I come home from university, and on Mondays I'm specifically focused on pulling, so mainly focused on my front lever skills and improving this, and currently right now I'm working on versatility and just improving the skill overall, but let me explain what that actually means. In this current training cycle, I was working on increasing my front lever and actually working to prepare for a 30-day challenge that I'm gonna have coming in early December, so stay tuned for that. But basically, I wanted to increase my front lever so I had a nice basis. So of course I said we're working with the hardest movement and most taxing movement first. So I was starting off with front lever pull-up attempts, 5 sets of 1 rep. So usually you're only going to be able to get 1 to 3 reps maybe, or if your holds, then you're only going to be going from like 2 to 3 seconds maybe, if it's a progression you're really struggling with or just trying to achieve. After those first few sets of attempt, I would then move on to do more of a workout based on strengthening the same muscle groups that I need to get that progression. So in this instance, I worked on single leg front lever pull-ups. So that second part of the workout I like to call the supplementary section, because you're working with a progression that you have manageable. So a progression that you have quite a lot of control under, which is why you can get a decent amount of reps in, which is about 5 reps, which is a good amount for building strength. So what is this versatility part of the workout? Well, I don't know if you've seen people do planches on the floor, rings, straight bar, all these different kind of movements on different objects. That's because these are balanced calisthenics athletes, and that's what I wanted to be like. I wanted to be more balanced, because as a beginner or an intermediate, you tend to stick with the floor and maybe parallettes, or maybe just those two. You don't tend to start doing straight bar stuff until you get like kind of advanced. So I wanted to start putting this into my workout plan, so I start working on the versatility and these kind of different variations, hit different muscles in slightly different ways, and helps improve what I wanted to, which was my front lever, because I wanted to do this 30-day challenge. So I'd work on these wide front levers, I'd work on wrist front levers, even supinated, all these different front lever variations, all to increase my base front lever. So now it's time to throw in resistance bands. So we get to the assisted part of the workout structure. So in this assisted section, we go and use resistance band to help us stay in the movement even longer. Despite being a little bit tired, we're going to use the resistance bands to help us out. So in my instance, I did front lever pull-ups with the resistance band. So this allows us to get extra reps in, even though we're still tired, we're still working the same muscle groups, totally burning them out, so next time we can come back even stronger and even use a lighter band next time, until progressively we get closer to doing that move on its own without bands. After this, to finish off the workout, I work with other skills that I'm just trying to maintain, or I'm just trying to slowly get, but they're not my main goal. For example, the back lever, I can already do the back lever, but I just want to maintain that strength. So I'll do a couple of sets at the end just to kind of maintain that strength. Or if there's a skill like the Hefesto, which I've not done before, I'll throw in a few easy progressions of that at the end, so I can slowly start working to it. And once that does become a main goal, I'm not starting from scratch, I've already started working on it in my other workouts. So currently in my training routine, I'm working on increasing my hold times and becoming more versatile with the front lever. But if you're not at that stage yet, here's an example workout you can follow to first achieve the front lever. So it's following the same structure, and then once you've got the front lever, you can then work on this workout that I'm doing now to achieve more versatility and longer hold times. So it's Tuesday, and Tuesday means I'm now working the planche, and this year I was fully focused on getting that full planche. So guys, if you are making a workout plan or a routine, you want to make it in line with your goals. So if you want the front lever more than the planche, you should have more front lever exercises and plan it out so you recover for all your front lever workouts. So for me, it was the planche. So I'm going to have more exercises in this workout routine for Tuesday because I wanted to work on planche more. I'll start off with the downward dog to planche lean, 3 sets of 5 reps, and just initially just leaning slightly, but then over time by the 3rd set I'm leaning as far as I can as if I'm trying to go into the full planche. This is just priming my central nervous system, and if you watched my 21 reasons you can't full planche video, then you'll know this is one of the kind of examples or reasons why you might not be able to planche yet, and it's because you're not priming your central nervous system, and this is one of the ways I like to do that. Next is a tuck planche, another warm-up exercise to prime myself. I'm focusing on my scapula and feeling strong in the movement, and I'm holding this for a good amount of time. And then I'm going to the advanced tuck, same thing again, just priming my central nervous system and trying to feel strong and confident in the movement. So now we're going to go on to the attempt portion of the workout. So of course we're fresh again, we've got our strength, so we're going to do the attempts of that progression we're trying to get. Of course I'm trying to get the full planche, so I'm going to do attempts of that. However, this is what other people don't tell you. When you're learning a progression and a new skill, you're not going to suddenly be able to do it with perfect form. So in your workout, you shouldn't have it down as just full planche, or for example if you're learning the straddle planche, you shouldn't just have straddle planche attempts. You should have the kind of lower version of that, the slightly lower version, which I call, for the full planche, I call it a low full planche, where your feet are just barely coming off the floor. So maybe your hips are a bit low, but your feet are barely coming off the floor. And if it was for the straddle planche, maybe your hips are really high. So a pike straddle planche. I'll differentiate this in my workout plan so I know, and so it's measurable, because that's not a straddle planche. So you wouldn't really call it, yeah, I did 5 seconds in my attempt of the straddle planche if your hips are super piked. So you need to differentiate these, that when you're learning a new skill, call it what you kind of feel like it should be called. Like if you're doing the advanced tuck and your knees are only halfway to being fully out, then just call it that and write it down in your workout. And so next time you can see, oh, I've actually got way better form now. My knees aren't only halfway to being in the advanced tuck position, they're actually fully in the advanced tuck position, so now it fully counts. So now you make it measurable, because the other way of doing it, it gets confusing. You don't know how many actually pure seconds of the progression you're doing. But anyway, that's enough of me rambling. So I'd do a few attempts of those and then I'd move on. So after completing the first part of the workout, I'll move on to, again, the supplementary portion of the workout, where we're doing exercises that are manageable to us so we can increase our time under tension to better our progressions, yada yada yada. I went over that. But specifically the Barkage, my boy, he told me one of the best exercises to do to help with your planche is to do the straddle planche press negatives, or any planche negatives. It's probably great for helping with the planche. That's what I'm doing next. So I'm doing a couple sets of that and trying to go as slow as I can. Now again, onto the fun bit. We get to work with different variations because again, I want to be a balanced calisthenics athlete. So now I'm doing the same thing with the planche. I'm working with different variations. So sometimes I'll do supinated planche, I'll do floor planche, I'll do, I don't know, straight bar planche. I'll just do any kind of planche variation. But this time with straddle, I'm not doing it with full planche because I can't achieve that yet. I either do it with straddle or advanced tuck because these are manageable, because these different variations are I'm not used to them. So I need to build up the strength in these different movements, and this is all gonna help me get that full planche. So you can see me here messing around with different variations. It's very fun to start trying these out, blast some calisthenics music and really feel like a calisthenics athlete. Even if you're a beginner, you should start doing these. I fully recommend it. To finish off the versatility part of this workout, I'll do the straddle planche and then work down the progressions to advanced tuck and then to tuck, and maybe even planche leans. And this is all just to increase the whole time of detention and getting that lean and focusing on protraction. So now we're onto the assisted part of the planche workout. We're going to use bands, the wall, or some kind of equipment maybe to make these progressions a lot easier, because at this point you're going to be super gassed, you're going to be tired, so you're going to need some kind of assistance to help you get more reps in, because if you get more reps or more time of detention, of course you're going to get stronger a lot quicker. So guys, for example, the number one thing I'm going to do is going to be the full planche but assisted with a resistance band. I just swing these over my parallettes or on a pull-up bar, and then I do these, hold these for time around 10 seconds. Then we're going to move into other assistance exercises such as planche push-ups. So you can vary how hard these are by how far you lean. So if you're getting really tired, then you just don't lean as much. And then also planche flies. So now we're using weights. If you guys know about my other video about using weights to learn a planche, you guys know. And then also we're going to finish off with doing front raises with a band. So guys, Tuesday is a heavy day because we're working on the planche, and that's my main goal for 2021, which I did achieve using this routine, as you guys know from the title. And because of that, we had to tone down our volume for the front lever work we did on Monday, but then also you're going to be super sore on Wednesday. So I make it a bit of an easier day on Wednesday, as I'll show you now. So after training the front lever and the planche, I'm feeling pretty sore. My central nervous system is going to be pretty shot. So another front lever workout is not on the cards. It's going to be more of a mobility day, making sure nothing's tight. But also I'm going to be doing handstands. So we'll still be working the shoulders again, but nothing too intense. Just working on a few balancing movements and also maybe a tiny bit of strength, but not much. Okay guys, this workout's really simple because we're working towards a one arm handstand. So we're doing one arm handstand progressions against the wall. Then we're working with different variations again, becoming more of a balanced calisthenics athlete. So if you can get a handstand, then you're gonna start working with different progressions, because this will help, especially if you're learning the planche. Then doing different handstand progressions is going to help and transfer to your planche. Then I'm doing a few handstand push-ups, which is also going to help with the planche, because most people that can do a couple handstand push-ups can also planche, or at least get pretty close. They at least have decent straddles. So handstand push-ups, again, I'm working on those, nothing too intense though. And then I'm doing a couple max handstand holds, mostly focusing on body alignment and balance. So that's Wednesday done. I'm focusing on recovery, mobility, balance, and a little bit of strength to carry over to the planche, but it's nothing too intense, and then we can go hard on Thursday. So now Thursday rolls around, our pulling muscles should be recovered by now. So guess what? We're gonna do another front lever workout, because of course I'm focusing on getting a solid front lever, increasing my hold times and becoming more versatile with it. However, in this workout, I focus on all my weak points with the front lever. So you might be wondering, what is my weakness with the front lever if I can already do it? Well, I don't know if you've watched, but in my ultimate guide to learning the front lever, learning it on a high bar is actually a lot harder than learning it on a low bar. So my weakness is doing it on a high bar. So in this workout, I'm specifically doing all my front lever work on a high bar, doing a lot of progressions like that to become more versatile, a more balanced calisthenics athlete. I also feel like my front lever raises can be improved, because then when you get really good at that, you can kind of do that walking thing. I don't know if you've seen where people kind of walk up into the front lever and hold that, which is pretty cool. So my front lever raises could need more work, because I don't have the control to do that yet, and I would like to do that. It would look pretty cool, make a few cool clips. So I focus on that as well, and then we move on. I also do some one arm pull-up work, because that was a goal of mine for ages, but it's something I do need to keep up on, because For the front lever, we're doing all horizontal pulling, so we need to work on some vertical pulling as well. Even though it's not my primary goal at the moment, I still want to maintain the strength I have in my vertical pulling, so I do some one-arm pulling kind of progressions. Now we're going to do some exercises that by doing them, it's going to carry over to our front lever work, such as the dragon flags or Australian pull-ups, decline ones. It's Friday! We're going to follow the same structure, so we're going to be doing our warm-up, our attempts, our supplementary exercises, so like the planche press negatives, but we're also going to do different versatile kind of exercises. So if you did a floor straddle planche on the earlier day, then now you're going to do a straight bar straddle planche instead. So you're going to switch it up. You're also going to start throwing in some new stuff, such as straddle planche push-ups if you can. Throw in different variations of things like that. Just get creative with it. Here I really try and throw in things I haven't done or things I'm weak on. So again, I want to work on my weaknesses to become a balanced athlete, because that's all going to help you achieve that full planche. Now guys, the rest of the workout routine to finish off the week is actually pretty simple. Saturday is my rest day, because usually I've done something Friday night, maybe I've spent time with friends or whatever, and sometimes on Saturday I'm quite busy doing the other things that I don't get to do during the week, so I like to handle all those on Saturday. So I like that being my rest day, and maybe even like a little bit of a cheat day. And then Sunday we get back into our training. So when it comes back to Sunday, we're now going to do that front lever workout we did on Monday this week. So we're going to do that same workout. It will be exactly the same, because we want to stay consistent. You can't keep switching up your workouts every time. A few new exercises in there. When you feel like I should do this, it is fine, but you want to stay consistent with the majority of your workout plans. So after you complete that front lever workout on the Sunday, you're not going to then do another front lever workout on the Monday. You're going to alternate. So what that means is, in this routine, one week you do front levers on the Monday, then the next week you actually alternate, and now your planche workouts are on that Monday instead. Guys, if you're still having issues, even if you have a workout plan, then click this playlist, because it's going to send you to the ultimate guides that take you through common problems, as well as showing you how to do the movement and how to fix these common problems. So it's going to be all you need to know if you're having issues with your calisthenics skill progression.